This is USA News Hub, United States, the heart of American sports. Subscribe for power, passion, and champions. Most people don't know what they want to do with their lives at 21. Coco Gauff. She's rewriting tennis history. 3 double faults in one game. Pressure on the biggest stage. And yet, she erased it from her mind, dominated the match, and carved her name deeper into the record books. This is not just a match recap. This is the story of a 21-year-old champion whose mental game is separating her from the rest of the field at the Australian Open. Coco Gauff's Australian Open 2026 journey began the same way champions are made, not with perfection, but with resilience. The American star defeated Kamila Rakimova 6-2, 6-3 in the first round at Rod Laver Arena, but the scoreboard tells only part of the story. Because this match was about more than just advancing to round 2, it was about mental strength. It was about history. And it was about proving, once again, that Coco Gauff is far ahead of her age. Tennis early pressure, double faults and quick responses. The match started with authority as Gauff broke Rakimova in the opening game. But then came the moment that could have unraveled everything, and her first service game, Gauff hit 3 double faults. 2 back-to-back breakpoints. A hostile crowd atmosphere. And the familiar whispers about her serve resurfacing. Yet what followed defined her entire performance. She saved both breakpoints. She held serve. And then, mentally, she wiped the slate clean. After the match, Gauff explained it in simple but powerful words. Once I got through that game, it was smooth sailing from there. I just erased that first game, and after that, I was better. That mindset is elite. Brain the mental transformation of Coco Gauff. Early in her career, moments like that service game often lingered. Double faults used to snowball. Confidence used to dip. Momentum used to slip. But not anymore. Since becoming a 2-time Grand Slam champion, Gauff has evolved into a mentally disciplined competitor who knows how to reset under pressure. After those early double faults, she hit only 4 more for the rest of the match. Her body language stayed calm. Her point construction improved. And she never looked back. This is the growth that separates contenders from champions. Gauff's most underrated weapon. While the serve grabbed early headlines, Gauff's return game completely broke Rakimova's resistance. By the end of the match, 14 breakpoints created. 6 breaks converted. Constant pressure on every service game. Rakimova never had a rhythm. Gauff stepped inside the baseline, attacked second serves, and redirected pace with confidence. She later explained why returning is such a strength. When you're a good returner, you feel like you can break at any time. That belief was visible on every point. Trophy historic milestone. 75 Grand Slam wins at 21. This victory was Gauff's 75th career Grand Slam singles win, a number that places her in rare company. Just 21 years and 311 days, she became only the 4th woman in the Open era to reach 75 major wins at such a young age. The youngest to do so in nearly 2 decades. The only players ahead of her on that list. Legends. Serena Williams. Venus Williams. Maria Sharapova. That's it. Books keeping history writers busy. Coco Gauff isn't chasing history, she's forcing history to keep up with her. Her 75th Grand Slam win also made her the 11th youngest player overall since the Open era began in 1968 to reach that milestone. And she did it while competing in one of the deepest and most physical eras of women's tennis. The last player to achieve something similar was Maria Sharapova, who reached the mark at the Australian Open back in 2008 at just 20 years old. Now, nearly 2 decades later, Gauff has joined that elite. Historical timeline. Chart increasing, approaching 100 Grand Slam matches. With 2 more matches remaining, Gauff will soon reach 100 career Grand Slam singles appearances. And her numbers are staggering so far. 98 matches played. 75 wins. That puts her within striking distance of becoming the 3rd most successful player in terms of wins through the first 100 major matches. Currently, only Pam Shriver, 76 wins. Serena Williams, 86 wins. Chris Evert, 90 wins. Stand ahead of her. Names carved in tennis immortality. Glowing star age versus achievement. 21 years old, 2 majors won. Let's pause for perspective. At 21, most people are still figuring out life. Coco Gauff, 2-time Grand Slam champion. 75 major wins. 250 tour-level victories. One of the faces of women's tennis worldwide. Her 250th tour-level win came with this Australian Open victory, making her the youngest player to reach that mark since Caroline Wozniacki in 2011. Consistency, longevity, discipline, all before turning 22. Direct hit pressure, dreams, and the Australian Open quest. Gauff has already conquered New York and Paris. Now, Melbourne stands as one of the final frontiers in her pursuit of a career Grand Slam. She openly admits she dreams of winning the Australian Open, but she's careful not to overload herself with expectations. I try not to put too much pressure on myself. I want to win this tournament, but I'm proud of myself regardless of how it goes. That balance is key. Allows her to play freely while still holding herself to championship standards. Counterclockwise arrows button. What this match really means. This win wasn't about dominance, it was about control. Control over emotions. Control over momentum. Control over setbacks. 3 double faults could have been the headline. Instead, they became a footnote. The real story was how quickly Coco Gauff moved on, mentally and tactically. Crystal ball. What lies ahead? As the tournament progresses, the challenges will grow tougher. The rallies will get longer. The opponents more aggressive. The pressure more intense. But with an elite return game, a stabilizing serve, and a champion's mindset, Coco Gauff looks ready for whatever comes next. Coco Gauff is not just winning matches, she's mastering the moments between points, where matches are truly decided. 21 years old, she's already built a resume most players only dream of. And if her ability to erase mistakes continues, the rest of the draw has every reason to be concerned. Make sure you subscribe to USA News Hub United States. More breaking news. More powerful stories. More champions. Coming your way. See you soon.